Hi, my name's Marcy Feldman. Um, I'm just going to talk a little bit about myself, tell you that I grew up in the Detroit area. I've lived here my whole life. Um, Professionally, I have my master's in social work. I am a clinical psychotherapist. I have a private practice. I also am a yoga instructor, a fitness instructor, and a personal trainer. And I actually utilize all of those professions together in many aspects, connect using mind-body practices. Um, I work as a family and recovery coach with Feinberg Consulting, working with family members who have someone close to them in addiction, getting them tools and support. I also work as a recovery coach with individuals that are in recovery from addiction. I have a private practice in which I see adolescents and adults, some of which are in the recovery community. We're all recovering from something, whether it's drugs, alcohol, food, relationships. The list goes on, obviously. And I also have a personal training business. I have taught fitness classes and yoga classes for over 30 years. And one of the things that I've done with my fitness degree and my certification and my yoga certification is I've worked in hospitals, treatment centers, teaching yoga with a recovery message, using the physical aspects of the breath and the poses metaphorically, really, to mirror challenges in our life, because the fact is, whatever our challenge is, wherever we are, we meet that challenge in the same way. So using yoga, as what I did in the treatment center, was I would use holding a pose and the discomfort that somebody might be feeling in it, to be able to give them tools in the moment, showing them how the discomfort that they were feeling in the moment very much is the same discomfort that they might be feeling out in their daily life, whether it be relationally, in the workplace, wherever it might be, and that would be the time where they might reach for using whatever the thing that fed their addiction, right? Whether it was a substance or shopping or whatever it was, and giving them in the moment a tool such as the breath, the ability to make an adjustment, all different types of things, and letting them practice that, and being able to connect with what was happening in their body, what was happening to their breath, what was going on in their head, allowing them to be present and utilize something different to soothe themselves, to quiet down the challenge while acknowledging it for themselves as it was happening. And it happened to be, and then after we would do maybe like a 40-minute practice, I would run group therapy afterwards, and we would process the experience. And it was, the treatment centers said that when they would do ask, it would be the highest rated activity of all the didactics that they had at the treatment center, that people loved it. People in group would the feedback would be like, while we were processing, like, that was better than being high. That was better than anything I have ever experienced in the way of being able to connect to myself and calm myself. So I really believe in using our bodies as a way to really get to know ourselves and what's going on for ourselves. Because the fact is that all of our experiences get stored in our body, and they're feelings, right? We have an experience, and an experience brings up a feeling, and all of that gets stored in our body. And most of us are living out of past experience, right? We get triggered, we feel it somewhere in our body. So what's happening right now sometimes can feel way bigger than what's actually happening right now because it's hitting something from the past. So I find that really helpful in working with even clients one-on-one, having them track what's going on in their bodies and noticing and doing that, even when we're not together, because it's really a preemptive signal to let us know, oh, something's going on, before we ever really, it comes to our awareness when we're not looking there. What else? So I grew up as a child of an alcoholic who never went into recovery, and actually I wasn't even aware. I knew that my dad had a drinking problem, or that he drank a lot. I didn't know until I went to grad school that he was actually an alcoholic, and he would tell me he wasn't an alcoholic because he never got help for it. So he didn't have to name himself that. I also, my husband is in recovery, has been in recovery for over 30 years. So I have a lot of experience as a family member of addiction. And I've learned a lot through Al-Anon and just through my own personal experience with self-exploration, therapy, workshops, and I've learned a lot through working with all the people that I work with. The recovery coaching and family coaching that I do with Feinberg Consulting has been an incredible learning experience professionally for me, as well as I love working with Feinberg Consulting because they are so kind and compassionate to everybody involved. Like everybody that has been and is touched by addiction has their own personal experience. There's so much fear, and it's just the way that we deal with the whole family as opposed to just the person of concern is really quite incredible. So I think I've covered the basics. Thank you for your time, and I will look forward to meeting you all.